Well, some days are diamonds and some days are stone. Some days things just flow and sometimes they don't. I got that radiator mounted and it is solid. I mean, that part's pretty good. But I've been working on this thing quite a while today, and I finally got that fan installed, and it just fought me all the way. Boy, every step of the way. It took me forever to get that thing mounted on there, and I'm still not happy with it. It's not very pretty for sure. And I'll probably redo it at some point, but you know, there's a lot of temporary things on this, like that plumbing. It is plumbed as of today, and I had to use two different sizes hoses there and reduce it down and this and that, and just get a big long crooked one to go from the bottom up here, and that's real ugly. And what I'm going to do eventually is put some pipe in here, because that's why the old rigs used to be. They had big pieces of pipe in between, just little short hoses, and a lot of them, and I like that look, and I'm going to have me some of it, I think. And you know, I can get some pipe. I've got some about the right size. Take it down to the muffler shop, and a friend of mine down there, he can bend that and make it match up down there and expand it out so it fit that other hose and whatnot. And so that might be a good thing. What else I do? I don't know. I just set the battery up. That's temporary. Obviously the gas tank's temporary. It's over here on the shop stool. But I've got water in this thing. It's full. And you know, I realized today that this thing's going to take a while. And I mean, well, I've known that all along, but I've been going pretty hard on it here lately. And there's just a lot to do, and it's all fun, and I love every second of it. But you know, I need to do some other things too. And like tomorrow there's a car show, and I'm probably not going to go because I don't have anything to drive. And the problem is I've been neglecting my other baby over here. This old girl has been sitting out back in the weeds just feeling horrible and lonesome and neglected. And so I went out and talked to her a little bit tonight and fired it up and brought it in. It started right up. Boy, I set out all winter and it just fired right off. I should have done a cold start on it because man, it just really took off good. But anyway, I brought that in here, and I need a car to take to car shows. So this summer, if I'm going to do car shows, and I like doing that. So, and no, you don't get to go. Anyway, I have a project in mind for this thing. I have some disc brakes over there that I want to put on the front of this car, and plus the brakes, the master cylinder's bad on it, and they're kind of brakes fade, and so I think it's leaking by, and I've got a new one to put on there. And somebody asked me to do a cold start on this truck, and I think I'm going to give that a whirl. I think I have everything hooked up. See if I can set this down over here. I know that the fuel pump is not, you know, doesn't have any gas in it, because I just hooked this hose up a minute ago. So I'm going to have to prime that carburetor. And I've got the battery hooked up. I've got water in the radiator, and I don't have that fan hooked up yet, but I want to just kind of look in there. Oh, something I was going to talk about. Today I've been researching a potential problem. I'm going to pick you back up here for a minute again. I had forgotten, but last winter, when I drove this thing a little bit, I had an old radiator mounted on there, a Subaru radiator, and it was heating up, and I discovered that there was no water flow whatsoever. And so I had to raise that radiator up high enough that the pump could pick up the water, because that is just a itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini water pump that doesn't have any power whatsoever, pumping ability very much, and these things just didn't need a lot of circulation. But that old radiator, it didn't have to draw water, only about a foot. Yeah, about a foot. And now it's coming from a foot and a half lower at least, and then about 30 inches from the bottom of that radiator and I don't think it's going to work. But where else can I put that radiator? I don't want it sitting up after I've lowered this down so low. I don't want it sitting up way up high up there. I mean, it would stick up like a foot above the motor, and that'd just be real ugly. And I love the look. I think it's just right. I mean, it suits me, and that's what counts, right? Since I'm going to drive it. But anyway, I've been researching that a little bit today and shopping around, and you know, it seems to me the answer is a remote water pump, 12 volt, and Jegs has got them, and yeah, I don't mind spending a little bit of money on this old girl if, in the right places. So that may be the right place, and we're going to find out. And I know this is a long video, and I don't like to shoot real long videos, but we're going to try and see if this thing will fire up. I'm going to dump a little juice lean in there. Get this away from the spark zone. Flip my ignition switch. Contact. Battery's weak, sounds like. Well, I've got a little, I've got a little short over here on my starter, so I'm going to stop and fix that before I do anything else. But anyway, she's going to fire. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about it. Okay, it's getting late and I'm getting tired, and I'm going to shut this thing down. I really appreciate everybody that watches these little videos and makes comments. I really do. So I just wanted to say thanks, and this thing's been an absolute brilliant journey, and it's not over yet. Keep coming back. See you later.